Hi YouTube, welcome back to my channel. My name is Chris Farah and I'm here to review episode 2 of The Bachelorette starring Becca. Okay, let's get into it. I have some jokes. So first off, the episode starts and Blake is a guy on it and he is talking to all of the others and he's like, isn't it weird? One of you guys are gonna get married at the end of this thing. And I'm like, oh, that's definitely not you though. One of you guys. I see what you did there. You didn't include yourself. Am I in focus? Who knows? That's the beauty of my channel. It's like, I want to not ever be too perfect for you all. And that's why I don't ever focus myself, because you'd be like, oh my God, how is this girl? Oh, it's street sweeping day. That's not loud. At 7 a.m. I want all the streets of East West Hollywood to be clean, honey. Honey, I am the Meghan Markle of East West Hollywood. Okay, so then Chris Harrison comes and he tells all the guys to take advantage of your time with Becca. And this is like something we hear every season too, like take advantage of your time with her because you don't have that much time. And every season, like the guys take that to mean, well, should I talk about someone else when I'm talking to her?
Should I talk about my ex? I think I should talk about my ex when I'm having my time with her. No, I definitely think I should talk about like the drama happening in the house with like some other dudes.
Like, I think that is the best use of my time.
Some guys are like, should I just not go up to her and talk? Lay low. Zip the lips.
Don't make any moves.
You know, guys are just little turtles in their shells, you know, like.
I can't come out.
It's really fun.
First of all, ABC, this is like episode 2, so I'm gonna need you to give me like a chyron still of like all these people's names. I don't know any of them, if that's not obvious. Like, I can't tell them apart, so every time some guy new is talking, like, I need his name underneath and like whatever the fuck he does for a living. Chicken, doctor, model. Like here, I'm gonna do one here, like here's my chyron, because even some of you is like, who's this bitch again? And that's how I feel about every one of those guys.
Okay, so the first group date happens and she's like, I'm gonna pamper you all. Then she like brings them into a room and they all have to wear like weird like caterer outfits. That's not caterer outfits, it's like tuxes. And then she's like in the room like, oh my God, you guys, they're all changing. And she's like, well, what do I do? Where do I look?
Girl, just leave the room. Who are you, Harvey Weinstein? Like, these people are changing. I have made a lot of like aha moments in this episode too, and we're gonna get into them. And one of them is, I can't stand Becca. We would never be friends, and I don't get why she was chosen, except her heartbreak. So it's just pretty much like a pity me vote. That's why she's the Bachelorette. Honey, she is like the least aspirational. She makes no sense. Ugh, anyway, I'm gonna get into that.
The other realization, which I obviously like was getting to episode 1, is I hate Jordan. I mean, I hate that man. Person, boy, little boy, fetus, blonde, toe-headed fetus embryo that I'm pretty sure was homeschooled. Just because like sometimes I can tell when like a person hasn't had to deal with like, any opposition, or like even just, I'm not saying bullying is good, but like sometimes some people need like a little bully sometimes just to bring them back down, honey, just to humble themselves. And that one like didn't have to deal with that. I can tell, I can smell it.
Okay, so then of course after they dress all these people up in tuxes, it's like they make them go through like a bargain basement obstacle course, like on some field where they get muddy or whatever. And this is like, the budget of this must have been like $3, and I don't know if that's gonna pay for like a bunch of like private helicopter tours coming up in the season or whatever, or why they had no money. But it's like so boring to watch these guys just like go through some like double dare obstacle course. Like,
I mean, I would rather them literally do a double dare obstacle course than what they did, because like that means they would have like gone inside the nose and get the flag and all that stuff. But no, this one is just literally like mud. Standing in a jug of cold water where all we do is just watch them stand there. It blew my mind.
Okay, so then the dangle it in my face segment happens. And it's because Lincoln wins and then gets like some cheap souvenir photograph of like him with Becca or whatever, and Connor, this guy, gets like upset about it and then like twice tries to like launch it out into the ether, okay?
But before he does, he says that Lincoln dangled it in his face, dangled it in his face, is dangling it in his face, is dangling it in his face. It's in his face, it's dangling. And it's hitting his forehead, you know, it's like hitting his nose, it's like dangling in his face. Like,
He knows what it's like to have something dangled in his face, honey. And when he doesn't like it, usually.
and in this case, not so much. I mean, there have been times when he's enjoyed the dangle, but like this time it's not. So now that person's name, who I think that person's name was Connor before, is now
Lieutenant Dangle from Reno 911.
So Lieutenant Dangle is like upset that Becca might send him home after this because he's been like somewhat like aggressive and he can't comprehend that his actions have consequences. Just what we need on TV. 20 awful men.
Honey, you don't need that. That's just my hinge matches right now.
At one point, Jean Blanc, the one that tried to teach Becca Frances, tells her the only thing nicer than your smile are your lips. Newsflash, that's part of your smile.
The only thing nicer than your smile are your teeth.
What? Honey, just go back to teaching her French, honey. Un de toi, honey.
Cat saying
The next morning, Lincoln is still crying from the frame business, and the guys like try and comfort him, and they're like, look, we're all gonna get tested here. And I just wanna hope that the producers also maybe did some testing before, because I don't know if you drive around LA, but I keep seeing billboards and gonorrhea is on the rise. These are facts. All right, so then Jordan, talking about Lincoln, says that he shows ingenuity. I mean, I know what the word is. He doesn't and won't ever say it. So he's like ingenuity, ingenuity, Sean Hannity. He also said something mildly racist, like how Lincoln doesn't sound like a black guy. He sounds like he's a white guy when he's talking. Like black people can't have accents that are not black sense.
Obviously, Lincoln is not from America, or wasn't born in America, but like Jordan can't like fathom a black person not sounding like a rapper, I guess. Or I don't even want to put words into that racist man's mouth of what he actually meant, but it's like very suspect and just another goddamn reason to hate that person with me.
Then the first one-on-one date happens and Becca's like, oh my god, I don't even know what's happening. Chris Harrison set this up, but I'm super excited it's with you, Brian. Bill? Blake.
Then, just to show the millions that ABC is willing to plank down on Becca's one-on-one date, they bring in a timeless artist of our generation, Lil Jon.
Who was somehow free. No, I know why they picked Lil Jon, because they knew that he would be super down to wear those protective eyeglasses. Lil Jon loves a pair of specs, and honey, you would too if you knew what was happening underneath. But he has to wear those protective eye gears because this is one of the break shit challenges, which is like, I swear to God, lifted from Marriage Boot Camp. I mean, like, how many times have you seen this? It was like an ABC exec was like, yes, but have you seen it with Lil Jon? Yeah, what? I'm sorry.
Yeah! What? Ugh. Shots, honey. Turned down for what?
So Becca says this one-on-one date is so much better than her first one-on-one date that happened last season. And it's like, yeah, obviously, you're the one picking. You're not going home unless it's on your own accord. And you're not like some weird concubine about to be kissed and then sent back to her chambers.
On this one-on-one date, they just like went to a warehouse and broke shit with Lil Jon, and then went to like a fancy dinner with a bunch of shit around them that looks like they should have broken it in the first part. It was like some weird museum. I don't know, Warwick, I guess. I've never been there. But it's like a bunch of kitschy grandma shit that they could just like take a bat to and really have some fun.
Okay, then Becca says that it was on her first one-on-one date on last season that she started to develop feelings and that they surprised her because she didn't think that she could develop those kinds of feelings. And every time someone says that, it's like, oh, okay, so you just low-key snitched on yourself that like you were here for like bad intentions because you didn't even think that you could possibly like someone, much less fall in love with someone on television, but you went anyway and were surprised when you caught some feelings. Everyone's a liar. How many more seasons are they gonna do this shit? Then the next group date card comes and it says, love comes at you fast and hard, and so do I. Becca. I wish it did. Okay, and then I don't like Becca at all. I can kind of see what Ari didn't see in her. I know that's mean, but like, it is. But I mean, she's not worthy to be the Bachelorette. And by that I mean, you have to be somewhat charming to center a whole show around. Not everyone's made for this, you know what I'm saying? Like, some people are made not to be on TV. And here we are.
Like, what is that tattoo? And honey, I've seen more curves on
a grocery aisle.
I'm not the only one. At one point, some guy says, she looks amazing, but she smells even better. And that something you say about a woman who's semi-attractive? She looks great, but she smells even better? Okay.
I mean, I'm as great as some girl can smell. If she doesn't look as good as she smells, is basically what you're saying.
And then, like, Becca's like, I've never had guys fight over me before. And it's like, we know. We knew that. You didn't have to tell us that. You know. Okay, so then they had to do another, like, physical competition. And it's like, I don't get it.
Ocean's 8 is, like, paying ABC $100 million just to, like, advertise during this fucking episode. And it's like, Chris Harrison, where is that money? It can't all be, like, in pocket squares. Where'd you put it?
Got my eye on you. Where's that money?
I don't know, they need some like big bro producer to come in and like make these dates more exciting or these challenges more exciting, or even get one of those like road rules, fucking real world challenge producers to come in and like take things up a notch. I mean, this shit is boring. They literally play dodgeball, then they play dodgeball again. That's what happens. But at least the first time they play dodgeball, like ABC gets these like little ABC studio kids to come yell shit at them, which is one of the best parts. It was one of the most truthful parts of the episode.
Then Fred Willard's there, and you know me, I love Fred Willard, and I mean, he does say something funny, but he also, my God, looks like he is on death's door. And that, I feel bad saying that, although it's, by God, the truth. And I think maybe it's also like, we're not used to seeing actors age past like 52, you know, but man, he's looking. Who is he okay? Okay. Okay, he's good. I'm sure he's good. I'm sure he has awesome care.
Some other grandkid can worry about that one.
Okay, so then the drama of the episode happens, because it can't all be about like Lincoln's Benihana photo. Colton, my favorite with the cystic fibrosis charity, I guess dated Tia, which I didn't watch last season again, so I assumed he meant like Becca's Latina aunt, but that's not who he meant. Tia was a girl on last season.
Colton said he didn't have enough time with Tia to like see if that relationship was gonna go somewhere, but now he's on the show, so he has a lot of time with Becca to see how it works out, which is weird. Because in real life, you have infinite time, and on the show, you have none. So, like, happy opposite day to you too, Colton.
What are you, fake news? What are you, like Sarah Huckabee Sanders, just like lying to our face with a smoky eye?
By the way, Republicans get so mad that we called Sarah Huckabee someone with a smoky eye, and that was our nice way of saying, like, lazy eye. That was our nice way of saying googly cookie monster eye. We did that for you, but like that wasn't enough.
So she's got to talk to Tia, or at least text to Tia. But until that happens, let's talk about Becca's outfits for this episode. I mean, for this rose ceremony, she's like wearing this like black sequins, like it looks like Paris Jackson for Express, or like Cachet Times Hot Topic. It looks like this whole episode she's wearing them all. And at the very end, she got some jewelry from a kiosk. And they threw in 2 sunglasses for $10.
Then the producers come for us by teasing that Jordan is gonna be nude, like interrupting her like time with others before this rose ceremony.
What happens is Jordan then comes out with like a Speedo on and just like runs amok. But he's wearing a Speedo and still those like tan tap shoes he like came in on the first day with, like tapping. He's just tapping and dangling. Tapping and dangling, tapping and dangling.
I mean, and by the end, it's just like him on a couch with like a very fuzzy pink throw, sipping a glass of Pinot Grigio, and it's like, Jordan, who do you think you are? Me?
Then Colton and Becca talk, and it's like, she says that he's put her in a weird space because of the Tia thing, and it's like, girl, we've all been in that space, and I'm gonna break it down to you. This is girl code.
You can't date a friend's ex if they dated for more than 6 months and or said, I love you. That's what it is. But if it's less than that, if they dated less than that, you can date him. Unless you got a girl that is like so crazy that she was just like super into him and he wasn't into her and they dated for like a couple weeks. Then you have a choice. Do you want to be a really good friend to a very dramatic girl, or do you want to be filled with
Colton's penis. Like, that's the choice you get to make there. I know my choice.
I support cystic fibrosis. Okay, so it's rose time, and Chris R gets the rose. Like, Chris R, who are you fucking to be on this show? It makes no sense. Chris R, again, who looks like Perez Hilton post weight loss, but like not post gym. Venmo gets a rose.
the other man bun, Mike, who has like an American ballet theater bun. You know, it's very tight, it's very low. He gets a rose. He doesn't have a pocket square though. I think he just like Sinead it out. Connor gets a rose because you always forgive
Random acts of aggression.
Brian. Who's Brian?
So then Jordan, who I'm now gonna name Wilhelmina, right? So Wilhelmina, Jordan, the model, is freaking out in confessionals, and he's like, I've done it all. I've shown you my skin. I've shown you my fashion. And it's like, do you think you're on a like Kardashian sister search? Why are those the things that you're like, this is what I've done for her?
I bought a ring light for you, Becca. Here's my makeup line's new highlighter, Becca. I once dated an NBA player. Here's his IG, Becca.
Okay, so the preview for next week comes, and honey, it's more sports. Not more sports. ABC, great. Just what females want to watch. Sports. Men playing sports is what we
Love.
Then Tia's there, and honey, she's gonna make some yummy menudo, and we're gonna get to the bottom of this Colton thing, and I can't wait. The end. Well, it's been real. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope that you subscribe to my channel, and I hope you watch next week, and comment and like below on all your thoughts on who you like and how mean I am. It's true. Okay, thanks. Bye. Pose.
Look, I can pose too, Jordan. I'm a model, Jordan. Wilhelmina, there's like 100 of us. 100 beautiful male models in the world. We're extinct.